Hello and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So I'm in a brand new creative world and I'm gonna build a nice little tower here, and then I'm gonna copy that with world edit, and I'm gonna be creating different ways of texturing that tower. So yeah, I'll put the tower I used as a reference on the screen, finally using my references, and then let's head into a little time lapse. Would we? Okay, so this is the build which I came up with. This is how it looks so far. So it's a very simple build, and like, because it has these things, I think it looks a little bit weird, but that's alright. Let's just go inside for a second. I only did like some stairways to just like get an idea of what it could be. And these stairways go all the way up here. I got one up to this floor right here. And one also up here. So you can go up here to this like balcony area, which I think looks really nice. But yeah, this is a very simple build. And this is gonna be the baseline for my experiment today. So yeah, I'm just gonna transform this build into a bunch of different textured variants, and then I'll see you back. Welcome back. I have managed to build all my buildings. So yeah, and I placed them in a little world so you can see them in context. Let me turn on the shaders real quickly. So yeah, you can all see them like in the world now, which is cool. So yeah, this one is the standard one. Looking pretty good. Now let's hop over to the second one. Okay everybody, we have arrived at the second one. And this one is just a randomly textured one. So I got some random textures over here. I got some random textures over here. This is actually 50% brick, 25% of the other ones. I don't remember what the roofs is, but it's also randomized. These are randomized, and this over here is randomized. So yeah, I think this one is like a acceptable building way, and like the roof actually looks pretty good. But I think this whole area, it looks a little bit plain, if you know what I mean. So yeah, now let's head over to the third one if I can find it. Okay, yes, we made it over to the third one. So yeah, this one is a very nice. I got a little bit of a trim around it. Oh, you can see one of my old projects over there. So yeah, this one has a nice simple trim around it, and I still think this one is kind of lame, but I think it's slightly better than the other one. I didn't randomize the texture, but like obviously if I were to make this, I would also add some randomization in between here, so it doesn't look this one-dimensional. So let's head over to the fourth build. Okay, so the fourth build is one we all know, and it's the gradient. So yeah, we all know this. We all know this one. Nice little gradient. So yeah. I do think this one is way too dark. Ooh, and also my terrain fixing hasn't really completed yet. But yeah, I think this one is way too dark at the bottom, which isn't a great idea. And like the roof is pretty cool. Though I forgot this one. Oopsie. But yeah, I do think the roof gradient is kind of cool. Especially like the ones up here where it's really visible. Those are pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it. Let's head on to the fifth one. Okay, so the fifth one is actually one I surprisingly liked a lot. So I got this like swirly pattern on this thing. And yeah, I really like that a lot. And like the other builds, I also changed the roof, and I really like this roof as well. It has like a striped effect, and it's very nice and visible even from a distance, which I really love, since it just adds a nice texture in my opinion. So this one was surprisingly good in my opinion. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's head on to the, where are we? 6th, 7th? I don't know anymore. Okay, so this build is very cool. So yeah, this one is like a little bit of the way you see a lot of people, like you just cram a lot of blocks in there. You know, and sometimes it's like, did I use too many blocks? Should I really have used all these different blocks? Like for instance, is this too much? Because like up close it looks terrible, but yeah, from a distance, especially with the shaders, like it all kind of blends together, you know. So yeah, this one's pretty cool. I do like this one. It's pretty cool. It's not my favorite though, but I definitely like this one. It has a very like old and rustic look. And one cool thing I think in the roof, like the roof is all randomized as well, and I even put some gilded black stone in there, which I think is pretty neat. So yeah, and you get the moss patches are nice though. Gotta say that. I do really love the moss patches. They add like a very nice color to the whole build. But yeah, let's head over to the next one. Okay, I really like this one actually. So yeah, this one is a little technique, and if you've seen my survival let's play, you might have seen this. But yeah, oh, it's a very nice orange light right now. But let's set it today. But yeah, I have this bricking texture method. So right here, I got these two bricks, this like brick. I got a different mixture of blocks. I got, as the back wall, I got some cobble, some stone, and some bricks. And then I just layered some other blocks like the light gray wool, the clay in this time, the tuff, some of the smooth stone, and where is it? The polished andesite in there. So yeah, you get these nice little brick shapes on your build, which, you know, from a distance you can really clearly see there is supposed to be some brickwork in there. Now even from this like almost max distance, you can still see the bricks, which is very cool in my opinion, and I really like this technique. this, and I also actually really like how it gives it like a little bit of a bluish cool tone with the clay. So I really like that actually. But yeah, let's head over to the probably ninth build. Oh, this also looks very pretty inside of the rain actually. Oh yeah, and also I did some roof work on this thing as well. Let's head over to the ninth one. Okay, so here's the ninth build, or is it the eighth? I think this is the eighth actually. So yeah, this one is a more advanced version of the gradient technique. So right here, I only have some gradient like here at the bottom, and then I have like a large section of stone bricks. And then underneath here I got some drop shadows, and I got a lot of drop shadows in this one. So here's shadows here, shadows here, shadows here, some highlights over here, and then this is just a normal gradient. So yeah, this technique is also like, it's like a better version of what I showed before with the gradient. In my opinion at least, because like the gradient, it was a very nice and smooth gradient, but right here you really got that nice clean look where it isn't too dark, which you did have on the other one. That out of the way, let's head on to the next one. Okay, now we have this one over here. So yeah, this one I really like as well. It's not that complicated actually. This one actually takes very little time. So this one is just like the randomized pattern. So it's the randomized pattern with like the technique of the corners. So I did want to make a different corners trim for this one to make everything look different. And then I have like moss patches with just a gradient from moss to mossy cobble to mossy stone to some regular bricks, and that just creates like some patches of moss. And then I also what's cool is I didn't show this on the other one, but like these pillars are also detailed, and these things as well, which just gives them some extra texture and such. Oh yeah, and the roof I really like as well. So for this time I just used a checkerboard and I used the netherite blocks, and I think they work pretty well with the mud. So yeah, let's head over to the last and final build. I'm pretty sure this is the last and final. Okay, so this is the last and final build. So for this build I just combined some different techniques with each other. So yeah, like you can see, that's also a great build. Look at that. Ooh. Wonder who built that. It was me. But yeah, like you can see, on this one I also have these bricky textures, but I also have this gradient bit up here and the drop shadows down here. And for this one I have used the acacia wood and some of the dead tube coral and some tuff, and then I also have like the light gray wool and the smooth stone for this one. And then I got some randomized textures on this as well, very subtle. On the other one I didn't think I showed it, but I did also mess up these beams with some regular oak logs. And on this thing I also have like these damaged areas you could see on one of my other builds, and some mossy areas which you could see on the previous one. So yeah, this one just combines a lot of the techniques. And then I got some detailed pillars over here, which is also from one of the other builds. And yeah, this one is just like the most the one that took the most time. So yeah, this is actually not my favorite. I love this thing, but I do think the one with the clay is a little bit cooler, because like I like the colors on that more. The colors on that really stand out. So yeah, that one's my favorite, but this is definitely one I took the most time for. Oh, and now we get a special edition rain shot over here. And yeah, you can still clearly see the texture even with the rain. And yeah, really happy with this one. But with that out of the way, this is gonna be the end of the video. Please let me know which one of these builds was your favorite in the comments down below. And then I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.